You're gonna figure it out in your dreams. Good night, Owen Theo.
Okay, girl.
No,
Wait, hi.
Hi. Oh my God.
Hi. Are we starting? Should we start? I guess we're rolling.
Let's just roll into
Okay,
it.
wait, I have to introduce
whenever we go and we're starting, then I lose everything that I've ever needed to say.
Wait, tell everyone what you were just saying about. She just did this amazing podcast with Renee Rapp. Shout out Renee Rapp. Shout out. My tummy hurts. Renee Rapp. And she ultimately, what happened?
No, basically it's like we're chatting leading into the pod. It's like we're catching up. It's like funny stories, laughter, arm touching. We're having a great time. We start the pod, silence.
Of course.
Dead air in the room.
Of course.
It's like all of a sudden I'm like, Renee, is that your name? I literally forgot who I was, who she was.
Of course. You forgot you were an actor.
Yes, I know.
You forgot everything.
All went away.
Went out the window.
It all went out the window immediately.
You're like, well, as a singer, sorry. Masseuse. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Dancer, choreographer, fuck.
Well,
Yes.
I mostly work in biography. But what is an autobiography? It's about yourself.
It's about yourself. But biographer would maybe be like someone else. Like if I was writing the Owen Theo story. Which I totally could.
You're going to.
I will.
After this
in a couple years.
After this app.
In a couple years, I'll be selling that.
I think my biography, if you wrote it, it would sell out. But if anyone else wrote it, I think it wouldn't even be published.
That can't be true.
I think that's true.
That can't be true.
Would you let me write your biography?
1,000%.
Or would you want to make your autobiography?
Autobiography is hard.
That's too hard.
There's no way. I think you have to wait until you're like 70 and you can I just want to wait till pretty much everyone I know, except for my best friends, are dead.
Because you would want to talk shit about people?
I just want to talk shit. It's totally that's the whole point of an autobiography.
100%.
Is when you're like, all of a sudden I'm getting all this tea from the 70s. I love getting summer stock 1932.
Totally.
We all fucked raw.
Totally.
That's what I want.
100%. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want us to be 70 looking back on this time being like, I went on In Your Dreams and it was a fucking shit show. Owen was a cunt. You know what I mean?
Owen was a cunt. and then we fucked after. And then it was crazy.
And it was crazy because he couldn't get hard.
He couldn't get hard. He's gay.
He's quote unquote gay.
Gay.
Quote unquote. Do you say that I'm one of your best friends or would you talk shit about me in your autobiography?
I would not talk shit about you, but I would tell stories that I would need to ask your permission for, which I would.
100.
But
unless I'm dead.
No, you'll be alive.
Oh, okay, thanks.
It's in this scenario. It's we're alive. It's just
no one else is.
No one else. The besties are alive, but it's everyone else.
100% is dead.
So no, but I just feel like I would have to check in with friends to be like, am I safe to tell this story?
Totally.
Because you're there.
Do you feel
so
that?
You're complicit. Just I'm do you remember that time we went out to dinner and we couldn't say goodbye to those people?
Totally. Rachel and I just went to a dinner. We're not going to name names, but ultimately we couldn't leave. We couldn't leave.
Can I tell you though?
Yeah.
I ran into the people that we said
bye to. That, by the way, said, come to our table, say bye to us. We miss you so much. We really want to hug you and say goodbye and even join it. Pull up a chair even. And then we get there and they look at us and go, bye.
Basically, when you're leaving a restaurant and you've already talked to someone, you have two options.
Yes.
You either little wave, kiss goodbye, wave, whatever.
Hope the dessert's well. Hope it's good. Yeah.
Enjoy.
Oh, I love that one, girl. Pie. Cute.
Or you pull up a chair, you hunker down, you talk.
Yes, totally.
You go, I don't know her. What's her story? Whatever. And then you leave. There's also a third option. You totally
ignore.
You ignore.
You ignore completely. You go out the back. By the way, if there was a back of this restaurant, we would have gone out the back.
Every restaurant needs a back door.
100%.
By the way, new rule.
100%.
But we were caught between 1 and 2, and they didn't really give us a way to go.
Right. They wouldn't. They actually Irished us, but they were sitting there. Which is insane.
Yes, it was they were going out the back door but not moving at all.
100%.
And we were going out the front door but sitting down. It was crazy.
They acted like we were rude.
No, exactly. But so then I ran into 2 of them last night and then I was like, was that crazy? And they felt the same where they felt sort of lost. We couldn't tell if you wanted to come It's sort
Can I
of
be honest?
sort of a girl so confusing scenario.
100 girl. I do think though that their excuse, them going up to you being like, I don't know if we were in the wrong or you were in the wrong, that they're wrong for that. It's yes or no.
Yes
do you know
or
what I mean?
no.
It's wrong or right.
Wrong or right.
And you were wrong.
And we're right.
And we're right. Can I ask you a really inappropriate question that we
Totally.
can cut? Do people come up to you and say like, I've come to you?
No.
Do
They
you,
say it online. On Reddit, I'm on all these like beat off pages.
this is hot.
And they'll literally like play games like pick one actress to blow you. A, Rachel Sennott. B, another actress. I'm not gonna
Who?
say like
Victoria
other
Pedretti.
I'm afraid of saying other actresses because I don't want them to be
Okay.
like, am I on the Jerk Off website? Probably you are.
But this
and
is
you're right there
flattering.
next to me.
Can I be honest? Actresses, pipe up.
Pipe up.
Comment on this section. Raise your hands. You want to be in this.
You wanna be in this.
If you said there was a Reddit that said, would you rather jerk off by A, Rachel Sennott, B, Owen Thiel, I would be like, oh my God.
No, I'm sure you're on there. You have
Can I
to
tell you
look.
something? I've looked myself deep on Reddit. People hate me.
But people, that's Reddit's whole thing.
Okay,
They hate
totally.
everyone.
But
By
except
the way,
your people are jerking off to you on
Even
Reddit.
if they're doing it, they're mad. They're like, she's so annoying. Just came 3 times. Like,
Totally.
such a whiny
Totally.
bitch. Hate her face.
Totally.
Nutted anyways. Like,
Totally.
that's the vibe.
But can I be honest?
Yeah.
That's the vibe for you. Like people could be like,
People are
"Ugh,
so bored of it, but they're hating me.
they're hate jerking.
They're hate jerking.
Let's coin that phrase, you guys.
You know what though? After you have this pod, you'll get your own Reddit page
Yes.
specifically for this podcast,
and
you
it'll
can
still say
ask-
annoying.
No,
Yeah, so it'll still say, oh my God, do you see the Rachel Sennott episode? She's so fire. He's annoying.
no. They can call us annoying as long as they're beating off.
100%. Can I be honest? I know people are like, oh, Reddit users are incels, whatever. I secretly think Reddit users are probably very hot.
Oh, and
I
or
actually
maybe
go
have families.
100%. And have a hot wife, hot kids.
Oh wow!
Like, I think that they're the hottest people in society.
This is also that they all say that you're not annoying and jerk off to you. You're like,
No, it's
I
not.
think they're hot and have families and rich as well.
And
Successful.
have so much money. And oh my God,
Happy.
why do you drive a Lambo? I will say I feel very close to Rachel. Rachel's one of my best friends in the world. But I will say we do have something that doesn't help each other. We both spiral about conversations and things. So Rachel will come to me and be like, was that the weirdest thing I've ever said? And I'm like, well, it wasn't the weirdest thing you've ever said, but it was weird.
But something could happen. Well, this is the thing. We have this magic brain where we can immediately imagine the worst case scenario and
It's
then
magic.
and then
It's
make
magic.
it. It's incredible. It's a talent. And the thing is that ultimately we're not wrong. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Totally.
Because nowadays it's like anything can happen. Like literally
Totally.
cut to the last 5 years.
Totally.
Every bad thing. I'll never forget calling my mom early COVID, being like, what am I supposed to do about this?
Totally.
She was like, it's not gonna be a big deal, just stretch. She literally, my mom telling me to stretch right before
Wait,
COVID.
I'm dead.
My mom was
The-
like,
the
stretch, take deep
Deadly
breaths.
disease. We haven't had one in years.
It's like,
in
the-
centuries.
Yes.
She goes, stretch.
Stretch.
I'm obsessed with her.
Cut to like my entire youth taken from me.
100%.
And
We're
everyone
stripped-
else.
stripped from all- yeah.
Stripped from our youth.
Stripped from our
like,
youth. Yeah. We're on like now 100 SSRIs. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
And we're calling our
I'm
moms.
so
They're like,
smooth.
Yeah.
Like I've never been, my brain is like, blah, blah, blah.
Totally.
It's like a little, like one of those, like, what are those putty things they play with?
silly putty.
Silly putty, like in a container of like water. And it's just bouncing.
Yeah,
it's like
100%.
blah, blah, blah.
You know, it's like a lava lamp. Like we're like,
Yes.
brum, boom,
Yes.
boom.
Yes. Like I think ever since like I went to college, like the worst case scenario just kept happening.
Yeah. So what do you mean by that?
Just like if you think about the world, you're like, oh my God, COVID, that's the worst thing that could ever happen.
Totally.
And then something else crazy happens, and then something else.
Yes.
Then every 6 months, like 6 months before seems like silly.
I think what will be interesting for people to hear is that Rachel's my age and I look up to her. I think she's such an amazing actor and writer and she's accomplished so much. We went to Mallorca together and we were obviously very close.
Yeah.
But I think Mallorca even bonded us even more.
Way more.
Because tying back into Rachel being just this powerhouse, it was during the strike.
Yes. It was during the writer's strike, but we didn't think the SAG strike was going to happen.
Exactly. And I will say, I think even being your friend, I was like, oh my God, Rachel's not going to care about the actor. I mean, she's going to care about the actor strike, obviously, because she's going to want to fight for what's right. But like, it's not going to affect her. She'll be fine. She has movies coming out. And actually Rachel was like, no, everything's on, my life is on hold. Like, it was just interesting for me.
I had a panic attack.
She had
Owen's
a
like,
full-fledged panic
Owen's like,
attack.
she struggled with, no, I literally, here's the thing. We think it's not going to happen. We are on a boat. We're on a boat doing shrooms, drinking all day.
Having the most fun we've ever had.
Having the best day ever.
I've never had
Having
this
the
much
best
fun.
day ever. This is another thing about me. I hate going on vacation. Like, I'm not a big vacation girl. I
'Cause she's
don't
a
like going on
workaholic.
trips. Like, it's not my thing. But obviously, our friend Jordan was basically like, you'll be a terrible friend if you don't come to America. So I'm like, okay.
He told me, I don't know if he told you, he told me 100 people are coming. It's a huge party. Did he tell you that? Told me that. And then get there. By the way, 4 of us there. I go, is there a party? He goes, no, everyone couldn't make it. Okay, keep going. So
But-
we're on this boat.
Okay, we're on this boat. And like, finally, I'm having a great day. And I'm like, you know what? It is good to go on a trip every now and then, whatever.
Totally.
Then we land. Service comes on our phones. We're getting ping, ping, ping. Everyone's getting texts.
No,
the strike
you're-
is happening.
you're getting- I'm
no,
not getting
everyone's
the
getting
text.
texts.
Oh,
Because
I
you
was getting
remember,
texts. Yeah,
you
yeah,
had to
100%.
post. You were posting.
Oh my God, you guys, this is, okay, so I've told, they know this, the one movie I've ever been in, Theater Camp for 6 minutes, and Searchlight, who was the studio of Theater Camp, was like, you have to post now. You have 10 minutes to post. And I was like, why do we have 10 minutes to post? Because of the actor's strike. Ultimately, the SAG strike was coming, and in those 10 minutes, you would have to post everything you've wanted to ever post about my first movie ever coming out that summer.
All at once.
All at once.
Which
every dump.
do you
you understand
imagine
how
6 grids right in a row, and it's like 7 a.m.
Also, I have a try account.
in
It's-
the United States.
No, literally. 7 a.m. would be a good time. I think
was-
it was like 11 p.m. Like, it was like a horrible
Oh yeah,
time.
it was probably like right before midnight or
Yes,
something. There was some
exactly.
rule. Yeah.
But all to say, I don't know if you feel this or have this. I have a try account on Instagram
Yeah.
where I have to, and by the way, you wouldn't know by looking at my grid, but where you try things to make sure it looks good. I couldn't do the try account because I was logged out of my try account. So I had to post 6 grids and I didn't have my try account. So imagine
So
that.
you're going in blind, completely blind. You have no idea what it's going to look like.
100%.
As you're posting, you're
I'm trying to
regretting it, but you're already posting the next thing. You're like,
100%.
fuck.
I didn't even tell you that because I was in.
No, because
but
we
you were
were
ultimately having a
all
panic attack.
spiraling because then, so Owen has to post. I've done photo shoots, but haven't completed the interviews for certain things. So they're like, if you want this to come out, you have to do the interviews right now. I am wasted and on
100%.
shrooms.
Yep.
So in Mallorca, my phone is at 7% because I've been taking photos of everyone on the boat all day. There's no service. So then I'm all of a sudden,
we've been making so many TikToks.
we've been making so many TikToks.
I've never in my life made so many TikToks and felt so good about them.
They felt great. There's something about being on a boat where you're like, I can do, everything's funny.
On a boat, everything's funny. On a shroom, on a boat. Try that.
Shroom on a boat with a wine.
Try that. Sorry,
You're
I don't care
perfect.
about that try account anymore. When you're on a boat, on a shroom.
Yeah.
On a
But-
TikTok.
But on a TikTok.
Okay, keep going.
But the reality hit us. So
Yeah.
then I'm standing in the corner doing an interview on
Yeah.
the phone. And I get so stressed whenever I do interviews because especially when it's like written, I'm always afraid of like whatever, saying something that doesn't come across or
Totally.
take it out of context, whatever.
Totally.
But so I'm there and I'm just trying to answer the most like basic things where they're like, what was it like doing the movie? I was like, good. I'm not kidding.
That was it.
I'm not kidding. I read the interview when it came out. It's like, it seems like I'm a crazy person. I
You're
answered
AI.
1 word answers. I was like, yes.
to
We
not a yes or
shot
no question.
The film, no, literally. They're like, tell us a little bit about growing up. Yes. It was like chaos.
It was chaos.
It was chaos.
It was
And then
chaos.
I was like, I'm never going on another trip
By the way-
again. This is why I can't ever go on vacation because like something bad always happens to me.
I do just want to say it was the funniest visual I've ever seen in my life. Jordan's friend, now our dear friend,
Yeah.
who we met on the trip,
We
essentially.
met on the trip.
We
He
met
was
on the trip. And
he was one of the 100 people that was invited.
That was invited.
And,
And
the
did
4
come.
that did
Yeah, he
come.
did come. So thank you, Sam. Shout out, Sam. Jordan and I had to go get the car while you were doing the interview because you were worried that you would lose service.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
by the way, I'm standing on this weird like concrete thing right in the middle of like the ocean basically.
Literally.
And everyone who like lives in the town is walking by like, what the fuck
because
is wrong with
Rachel
this
is
girl?
wearing like a sun hat the size of Mallorca. I've never seen a hat this big. It was the biggest hat ever. It was covering her whole entire, like flopping down.
My full
flopping
body,
up.
my full
It
body.
was covering her full body. She was talking with her headphones. She had headphones in to her phone, and she was pacing, and people were staring at her as she was pacing the dock. Okay,
Pacing the dog.
Pacing
but
the
a
dog.
really short stretch of it because I'm afraid of losing surface. So I'm like, 1, 2, 3, turn. 1, 2, 3, turn.
She
1, 2,
looks
3,
insane.
turn. My eyes are like from the drugs. Like
shroomed out.
it's so insane. I'm like burnt too.
So funny. I don't know if people in the town have seen somebody as mentally ill as you. You looked so unwell. And they were literally staring at you like actually surprised. They were like, this is interesting. Take
What's
note.
going on?
They're like, take
Yeah.
note. This can happen to someone. Do you know what I mean? This can happen to anyone.
This can happen to anyone.
It was hilarious.
But also saying nothing. It was just so
It was
bad.
amazing.
And then the other thing too is like you guys left all the towels with me. So then I'm carrying like 100 dirty towels as I
100%.
pace back and forth on the Zoom.
It was amazing.
It was.
And by the way, the towels, like, they weren't just wet from our bodies from the ocean. They like we spilled wine. Like they had like
They're dirty.
They're dirty. They're disgusting. We haven't showered in days.
We peed
We're
on them.
pigs. We
It's all
shat on
good.
them. We wiped ourselves with them. Ultimately, we got back to this house that we loved so deeply. And Jordan came into our room. It was a gorgeous house that Jordan found.
Gorgeous.
We just couldn't believe it. It came with, we had a chef come one night. Like it was
There
just
was a
the ultimate. There was a
pool.
pool.
It was
It was the
gorgeous.
ultimate trip. And Jordan comes in and goes,
We have to leave.
we're moving. Other side of the island.
Other side of the island. He goes, I'm sick of how nice this is. Literally. He's like, it's too nice here. We have to like explore the other side of the island.
He goes, you guys, we need to see culture.
We need
Because what you're experiencing right now, this is the Mallorca that everyone sees. I want you to see something that they don't see.
By the way, I'm a planner. I like to
Yes,
have a
yes,
plan.
yes.
I like to know where we're going. We off the cuff go to like this Airbnb that is haunted.
Haunted.
There's no AC. There's like little mirrors everywhere.
And cracked, by
And
the way.
cracked,
There's
cracked,
one cracked mirror
little
that's
cracked
fallen.
mirrors. To get up there, obviously the car breaks because they drive through a road that gets smaller and smaller. Classic Europe story.
Classic.
The car gets stuck between two walls.
Then they try to back up, and actually what they've hit now is just a full wall. So now, and suddenly they're
yelling at each other. Owen and I feel like we can't get in the middle of it.
We can't get involved.
because they have a prior friendship that we're, you know what I mean. It's like we're new to Sam. It was chaos.
And Jordan and Sam are both coming to us separately, being like, "That was insane."
Yeah.
and we're both like, insane.
And then Jordan made a rule that you weren't allowed to talk about the strike because
yes.
I kept talking about how I was like,
Well, yeah.
This is the thing. Also, it's like you spend money on a trip, then you're like, will I ever work again? Because you don't know what's going on. So you're
100%.
freaking out. So it's like, I'm obviously spiraling, but Jordan's like, you're creating bad vibes. I'm like, that's literally my MO. Creating bad
You're like, this is why I didn't want to go on a vacation.
Born to do it. Next time, leave me home and take 3 people. It's going to be fine.
Totally.
So then-
97 people would have stayed home, love. 97.
So then Owen and I are in this house. We're sharing a bed.
By the way, it's hotter than it is in here. Which is saying, you guys, if you felt it in here, I'm drenched in sweat. If you felt it in here, you'd be like, how are you guys talking?
Yeah.
This is a crematorium. This is horrible. This is
It
horrible.
was hot. It was really, really, really,
It was
really hot.
Okay, keep going.
And Owen and I are there. We're like, we can't stay here. Like, there's ghosts. We don't sleep a wink the whole night.
A wink. But we both pretended like we could have been asleep, so we weren't talking either. We were just like, and I would do this. Do you know what I was saying? Did you hear that? Because I would be like, oh, maybe she thinks I'm snoring, or a little awake, or, you know?
I was giving like a,
Yeah, she was giving, giving that.
so then finally, Molly, our friend, FaceTimes you, or maybe we FaceTimed her at like 3 a.m, but it's like normal time for her. So then we're talking to her and we're like, Molly, help. Like we can't do this anymore. We're not allowed to talk about the strike. By the way,
we're not allowed to leave. We're like, Molly, we have to get out of here. And Molly was like, just get a hotel.
Molly
Didn't she
goes,
say
yeah,
that?
Molly goes, just get a hotel. So then we're
And
like,
by the way, our minds, we have never even heard the word hotel.
No,
it was a created word. She actually invented a hotel.
hotels. We were like plotting how to bring up to Jordan, like that we were gonna ask for a hotel.
By the way, I'm staying up like all night to plot how we're doing this. So it's 3
and we're gonna
a.m.
ask him if we're allowed.
Yeah, we wait until like 7 a.m. We're both like shaking, sweating, and like
Haven't slept a wink.
We haven't slept a wink. We're so fucking nervous.
We're both possessed
Yeah,
by
yeah.
the ghost.
Exactly,
Like, I'm not
exactly.
kidding. There was fully a ghost in there.
100%.
Because there was also like dust on everything, and there were all these weird little dolls. Like
And everything was creaking, and I would be like, Jordan.
Jordan. Because it wasn't
Jordan?
actually that the area that it was in was bad.
No, it was
It was
gorgeous.
that the Airbnb that we stayed in, I feel like someone died here 10 minutes ago.
Exactly. Well, I
and the
think-
body is still here, and so is the spirit.
I think what's interesting about that Airbnb is that it was actually a beautiful area,
Yeah.
stunning. Jordan, thank you for taking us there.
So
but
grateful.
the Airbnb that you found, Jordan, ultimately was
Possessed.
it was a grave site.
It was a grave-
So that's so sweet that you took us to a beautiful area, but ultimately there were bodies that had not been buried.
Had
yet.
not been buried. Fresh. And
New.
so then finally we're like, we're gonna ask Jordan. Meanwhile, Jordan comes downstairs, he goes, oh, this sucks. I'm getting a hotel.
We go, yeah. Oh, we actually thought of that too. He goes, you're gonna leave me?
Yeah, no, literally. I'm like, you're fucking kidding me. You're leaving us. Then we get to the hotel, and every room, except for me and Owen, our shared room, has air conditioning. Ours is broken.
Ours is of course broken.
And so we go downstairs and we're like, hey, like, is there any way we can get the AC to work? And she was like, no, like, we could move you to another room, but it's also broken in there.
No, she
I was
she goes, oh shit, you're in 102. Oh, the only other room is 103, but the air is broken in both rooms. So what's gonna happen now is just either if you're comfy in there, just stay there. I'm like, well, we're not comfy in there. She goes, oh, do you want to move to 103? I said, no. Is the air is broken there? No. We would love to move anywhere else. Rachel and I are drenched in sweat. We're like, that's fine. We're fine. We can't be mean because ultimately we just don't have that in our body. So we're like, no, it's totally fine. We're actually, we will open the windows. She goes, well, the windows cannot open in a hotel like this.
Yeah, no, literally. And then Owen's trying to move his flight home earlier. Basically, the boat trip was beautiful and the rest of the trip was worth it for the boat ride.
100%.
But everything else, I'm realizing that vacations are not about relaxing or having fun.
But
They're
the memories.
about the memories. They're about the memories.
Because if they were about having fun, everyone would do it.
or it would be different than what it's always been for me.
100%.
I've gone on a trip and had a breakup. I go on a trip, I get food poisoning. I go on a trip, I'm like, what?
Yes.
It's not. I'm not meant to travel.
No, I'm not meant to travel either. But maybe that's the universe being like, travel. Things will happen.
Stories happen.
Stories, yeah.
But Owen and I left, and we were like
Closer than ever.
family.
We were family.
Well, we shared a bed twice.
We shared a bed twice in 2
plotted.
air-conditioned-less rooms.
Every night we would like spiral about our careers together.
100%.
Like it was.
But anyways, all to say, to wrap this up, I was so impressed with Rachel because I was like, wow, somebody who I think has it all together and whose career I'm just so wildly impressed by actually still spirals and still has moments of doubt and is still like, fuck, what's my next job? Okay, so really fast.
Okay.
We have to just dive into how we know each other.
Okay, yes.
Because
yes.
people are going to be confused.
Yeah.
Because people are going to be like, what?
How? How come?
Okay, first of all.
Yes.
Let's back up.
Let's
Rachel
back
is
up.
best friends with my best friend, Molly Gordon.
Yes.
Molly Gordon of Theater Camp, The Bear, name a thing, she's in it.
Actually, it all began Shiva Baby Summer.
Everything began that
everything
summer.
began Shiva Baby Summer. Because that's how Molly became connected to me, Emma, then Io, because I was friends with Io, and then we all had drinks.
Yes.
We didn't meet yet, but I'm aware of Owen at this point.
And what are you
I'm
thinking of
following on
me?
Instagram. I'm
What
loving.
are you thinking of me? You're
I'm loving.
Because you can't get enough.
I can't get enough, but I don't know you.
No, 100%.
And so I wonder, like,
Who is this?
who is this? Like, would he ever talk to me?
Well, okay. Are you actually feeling like would he ever talk to me?
No, but you know what? There's this thing when you live in New York where people in LA feel like so far away.
Yes.
Because they
100%.
are.
You were so New York. You were a New York comedian and
Yeah.
I seemed so LA.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it was like, how would that work?
How could that work?
How and why would it work?
2 bottoms?
Yeah, exactly. Literally.
We were like circling each other's orbits.
100% circling.
But we weren't
enmeshed yet.
We weren't enmeshed
We
yet.
hadn't had sex.
That happened in America. Then I moved to LA in the middle of COVID to be on a sitcom.
Call your mother.
Call your mother. I moved mid pandemic to North Hollywood. It was the worst time ever to move to LA. I'm doing this like sitcom. We're wearing like shields and masks. We're spitting into cups every day. It's supposed to be with a live audience. There's no live audience. Like it was disaster.
You barely are in the same room with your scene partner.
Never. You're across the room shouting at them.
That is hilarious. The set
crazy.
makes it look like you're close.
But
you're
we're
in 2
not.
different
We're
rooms.
so far. We're totally in different rooms.
Hilarious.
It was crazy. So that's like my first experience in LA. It's very like
Dark.
disassociative. I'm just sort of like, what's happening with my
dystopian.
life? But I was lucky that I had some close friends who had already moved here. Molly actually, I don't know if she had permanently moved here yet, but she was with her
hadn't.
family.
She was with her family. Yeah. I've known Molly since I was 2.
Yeah.
We grew up together. So that's backstory on me and Molly. Keep going for you.
They go deep.
Yeah, we go back.
So then, so I had a couple friends who were here, and Molly had a birthday party.
And we were making tie-dye socks.
And we were making tie-dye socks. And it was like, this is my first time like meeting Molly's like friend, like her LA friends.
And this was my first time tie-dyeing a sock.
The things that we did during COVID was really
crazy.
sad. It was
We're
like,
crazy.
do we all want to meet up and do a puzzle and then karaoke
Yeah,
together?
literally.
Like we were running out of things to do.
Hey guys, I got Legos. Would you come over for Legos? And we were all like, of course.
Of course. And it's like a theme. So then it's like 4 people hanging out, dressing up. We're cooking Lego food.
Totally.
It was crazy. In some ways, I miss it. But
100%.
so then we all go on a walk, whatever. I don't know if I made a great first impression because I got
She
like
did.
blackout drunk and I fell off a table.
Oh my
remember
God.
that?
I forgot this. So Rachel, first time I'm meeting Rachel, she's so normal and great and perfect and like this, right? For the first 7 minutes. All of a sudden, 7 minutes in, I look back to have a conversation with my new friend Rachel, and I'm not kidding. She's like, "What Owen? What's your? Is it Owen or what's your name?" I was like, "Owen." She was like,
Owen.
woo, doing woo," like blackout drunk.
It was a dark time. Like we didn't really know what was going on.
But you were also like, everyone, like, nobody was like, "That's crazy. That's a crazy girl." Everyone was like, "That's Rachel. She's so fun. You're gonna love her."
And now I'm not fun anymore, but
And now she barely drinks.
now I barely drink because I did Accutane, and then you kind of have to stop drinking, and then when you come back, you're sort of like, I don't
Why?
really miss
Yeah. Why
this.
am I doing this?
Why
Yeah,
am I
yeah,
doing
totally,
this?
Totally. It's like heroin addicts. Wait.
It's exactly that, like that. We have a short touch point. Then it's time for the Shiva Baby COVID premiere. And I'm like, I've never done a premiere before. What do I do?
Yeah, it was
I'm
Rachel's
so
first
nervous.
everything. Yeah,
it was my
yeah.
first everything. And Molly was like, you should have Jared style you for this. Jared as a character.
Jared. Everyone knows Jared by
Everyone
now.
knows Jared by
Come
now.
on.
So I'm like excited, but of course nervous to
Yeah.
ask Jared because I've never had a stylist before. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my God, Jared was your first stylist?
My first everything.
Oh my God, you should leave him whenever. Try others.
That really began our friendship. Because I started coming over here back before Jared had the stew. He was doing fittings out of this very apartment.
Yes.
Right in that room.
Yes.
And so I remember I was like, I want a dress that reminds me of the character, like the sort of like the poster. On the poster, I'm like covered in like a
Cream
cream cheese
cheese, yeah.
dress, but we made it out of whipped cream. But it was like, I was like something like that. So then I show up. Jared has like all these amazing white dress. He's like pulled wedding dresses.
I don't know if you guys know this. That's one of the best things you've ever worn to date.
No,
by the way, I'm
we
sorry.
knocked it out of the park in the first look, and then I was like, let's take a year off. Like it was so.
You're like, strike. Actually, yeah. Let's bring in the strike.
Let's bring in the strike. No events. It's fine.
Totally.
No, but it was so fun. And I was like, I always was like intimidated by fashion. And Jared made me feel so like, this is fun and exciting.
sweet.
And then I would come over here and then we would all hang out and talk before or after. And then, of course, we were just talking about this the last time I was here.
Oh, well, there was something else that happened. The first time Rachel ever went to an event.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
But I think
Yes.
okay, I think it was Jared's fault.
I think it was
Jared's fault.
I think it was all of our faults. It was okay.
Diamond earrings went missing.
Diamond earrings went missing.
But gorgeous diamond earrings. And by the way, Jared's not at the point yet as a stylist to be like, and you're not at the point as a star,
as a money owner,
right? To
pay for diamond earrings.
So both of them are like, who lost it?
Yes.
Wait, let's figure that out.
I'll never forget because I have a New York premiere and an LA premiere.
Yes.
And so I have diamond earrings for each of those.
Yes.
But then there's a third pair of diamond earrings.
Yes, that's never been worn.
That we don't wear, but we try.
Yes.
And we try them on the day of the LA premiere.
Yes.
At Molly's house, where me, Molly, and Emma are getting ready together.
Yes.
We put down the earrings somewhere.
Yeah.
I give Jared back the two looks, whatever. Yes. I get a text from him going like, hey, like, got everything. Just wondering, like, do you know where the diamond earrings are? And
Jared,
I was like,
by the way, so even keel, so cool.
So calm. I am not that at all.
Meanwhile, I'm behind the scenes being like, how much are they? He's like, 30,000. I'm like, oh, you gotta text Rachel now.
I'm freaking out because this is the other thing. It's my first carpet.
Yeah.
I didn't even know, like, that I would be getting real diamonds. Totally. Do you know what I mean?
Rachel thought they were Swarovski.
I literally thought they were fake.
Oh my God, Skims as Swarovski.
Yeah, no, literally, I was like, I can't believe the earrings they give to actresses. I'm like,
no, it's disgusting.
I'm like, do you know who we are?
100%.
Stupid, dumb.
100%.
And you're handing me like these insanely expensive earrings.
Love, we do Zoom auditions. Love, we don't even do in person anymore.
No.
Because that's how dumb we are.
I can't.
They don't want us in person.
I can't.
We'll ruin the room.
We'll kill the vibe immediately. It was so I'm all of a sudden like, wait, what happened to, like, I didn't even know these were real diamonds. Like, what's going on? So I start freaking out. Jared's like, it's totally fine. We'll find them. I'm panicking because I'm like, I don't have $30,000. Like, I'm screwed.
Totally.
So then I drive to your house in the middle of the night. I'm like, we have to find the earrings. We tear the house apart. We're emptying shit out.
Rachel
I go into Owen's dirty laundry.
She's like,
we're like, fuck.
Literally shit stains in it. She's like, it's fine. Do you want to put this in the laundry? Because it does smell. I'm like, yeah, let's just throw that in there. It's like a full disaster.
It's a full disaster. Then we go, let's calm down. Let's think. Where else could the earrings be? We got ready at Molly's. We all drive to Molly's. It's like midnight.
Yeah.
It's literally we bang on the door. We're like,
by the way,
Molly.
Molly's is an hour away from where we, like 45 minutes from where we, like not in the middle of the night. It's probably 30.
Yeah.
But like it is a far schlep. So we
all drive.
Yeah.
We're like, we get up. We need to come. We need to look at the. So Molly, of course, welcomes us into her home. We're turning her home over. We're looking
down.
in the grates, like in the heating vents, whatever. We cannot find it. We can't find it. It was so crazy.
I think Jared stole them. So, and I know you guys agree. Comment below. So, because comment below Jared's fault, and then also kind of reply to your comment saying stolen by Jared. Says Jared stole them. I think Jared stole them, but that actually doesn't prove true because Jared had to pay for them.
Jared paid for them. He basically called them and was like, we're so sorry, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then we didn't have to pay them like a ton of money.
Totally.
We're probably not the first
people to lose earrings.
To lose diamond earrings.
No, I'm sure everybody loses earrings, but Jared's first run at it with you,
it was just our first experience. So then both me and Jared are thinking to ourselves, I'm thinking Jared's never gonna want to work with me again. Like, I'm freaking out.
Oh my God.
I go to
Jared
Molly, I'm like,
that.
Jared is like so mad probably, and she's like, he's not mad at all. He loves you.
He loves you, and he was so sorry.
But do you know what I mean? It's traumatic. I'm freaking out.
Of course.
And then yeah, that was chaos.
But then was chaos.
It needed to happen early because what it did is, one, our diamond routine now is on insane.
Point. I mean, it couldn't be better.
Everything is there's so many bags you wouldn't even believe. There's a bag for the front of the earring. There's a bag for the back of the earring. There's a bag that those bags go in. There's a separate bag for the jewel. Like it's all insane together. And there's always like a earring handoff. And now even like if I'm coming back from a premiere and I'm like wasted, I will always remember
to
put them. I'll put them in like a fucking Tupperware container because I'm like, I will not. I like duct tape it shut.
Totally.
I'm like, I will not lose these.
100%.
Will not.
And you haven't. And Jared hasn't
no,
either ever since.
Not since. So we had to. That was a learning curve.
That was a learning curve. But I do think that our relationship grew that night because I, as the boyfriend, was like, I'll help out. And I was also like, hey, Jared, we can't buy a house. Hey, Jared, we're never going to have kids. Hey, Jared, you're paying $30,000 for these. So I was like behind, but I was trying to be cool. So I was like, Rach, it doesn't matter at all. If they're lost, they're fucking lost. Meanwhile, I'm sweating and I'm shitting my pants and I'm texting my mom being like, hey, mom, gonna have to borrow some money. Like literally completely freaking out.
I'll never forget. I asked Molly. She in a lot of ways like helped me into the industry. I was like, what,
Same.
like, I don't know what this is. What is this? And she would always like answer my questions and she was always like calm about things.
Yeah. And she is calm.
And she is calm. But so then I was talking to her about the earrings. At first she was like, well, find them. Like, and like, if not, there's like insurance on the earrings. And then there's no insurance on the earrings. And then I go to Molly like, what happens if we don't find the earrings? And she goes, I don't know, honey. I'll never forget it. And I was like, I'm dead. I'm fucking dead.
The first time Molly ever says, I don't know, honey.
I don't know, honey. I was like, it's
That's
over.
bad. Question.
Yeah.
Kind of going off of that.
Okay.
Do you feel successful?
Never.
Do you feel famous?
No.
So can I tell you something really funny?
Yes.
The other day, someone came up to me and had this whole conversation with me. They were like, I'm obsessed with you and I'm obsessed with your work, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end of the conversation, they said, are they ever going to have another Book Smart? And I thought, Book Smart? I wasn't in that. Who do you think I am? So I looked up Black Guy Book Smart. There is one. There is one. So I'll just shout out to that fan. It wasn't me. So your dreams did not come true. And I'm so lucky we didn't take a picture because they would have found out immediately when they posted it being like tagging this man.
Yeah.
And it wasn't me. You worked with him.
Oh,
Call your
Austin.
mother. They thought it was Austin.
I love Austin.
By the way, Austin is so gorgeous and so, just
amazing person to be compared to.
Amazing person to be compared to.
But you
Way
are,
thinner than me.
but you're also totally different.
We're both black and gay.
Okay, you're the same.
Yeah. Okay, exactly the same. Okay, Rach, let's do some would you rathers.
Okay.
Would you rather have depression earlier in life or later in life?
By later in life, what do you mean? Like 60?
Yeah.
Earlier. Because I already had it, and I'm actually more anxious than depressed.
Really?
But I've had moments of depression, so I feel like done. If you mean early in life, it's already over.
Yeah.
Then yeah. Because
my God, that's so easy.
Because why would I go
for later?
For later.
No. I don't think I would go for later either. It's interesting because I feel like some people would rather have their 20s and 30s and 40s feel like great. And then be like, so what? I'm depressed when I'm 60.
I know, but to me, I'm in my 20s right now, and the whole thing has been like
the most depressing thing you've ever done.
Ever. It's terrible. It's so terrible. It's like it's not good. But
totally.
So I'm not gonna all of a sudden like I'm like it actually has to be good when I'm 60.
100%.
Or I'm gonna freak the
out.
fuck out. My hope is that like at 60, all of a sudden it's like peace, like everyone's happy.
Totally. Everyone's in a
great.
Zen garden.
Yes.
Diamond earrings are around us.
Yes. I'm the cranky old bitch being like, it wasn't always this way. It was really why my voice sounds like that all of a sudden, but it does. I'm
that was accurate.
But I'm like telling everyone, like, watch out, like it could get bad again.
Yes. You're on the look. You're waiting for the SAG strike.
I'm waiting for the next SAG strike.
You're like, you guys, it's been 20 years.
It's been 20 years. We're due for another pandemic and a strike.
Like, oh shit. Okay, would you rather never fall in love again or never come again?
Wait, am I allowed to stay in love?
No, you have to pick. You have to never be in love. Your love right now is not happening. You're never. So let's just say you're starting from scratch. You're never going to be in love again, or you're never going to come again.
Can I love my friends?
I mean, you can you can have empathy and like sympathy and like feel like some sort of like warmth towards people, but you're not going to fall in love with a partner.
Shit.
Oh shit.
It's really hard.
I know.
Because to me, I'm like, would I even be in love if I'm not coming? Like, do you know what I mean?
Whoa.
I come like from like deep love.
That's beautiful.
And other things too. Like,
of course, like your vibrator. Okay, my last one. Ready?
Yeah.
Would you rather be forced to eat gluten for the rest of your life, but feel really bad? You feel really bad when you eat gluten, but your body looks banging.
Okay.
You get it?
But my stomach hurts.
Your stomach hurts. You have to eat gluten for the rest of your life. You feel sick, but you look amazing.
Okay.
Or never have gluten again and stay the same weight.
I would never have gluten again. I can't have my stomach hurt. My stomach has been hurting for
Years.
I've gone to so many doctors to try to make it better.
I have a really good doctor for you.
Okay, I can't wait.
A doctor.
I'm always looking to add a doctor to the roster.
His name is Dr. Ramon.
Love.
We don't know if he exists, but he's kind of the doctor of the pod.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Love.
So
yeah.
just we'll check in with him. Let me get my sleep mask down. You
Before
guys,
we go to bed.
this was Rachel Sennett's episode. This is Rachel Sennett's world.
This is us.
And we're all just living in it.
That's the show.
This is us.
You guys.
We have to go to bed.
I just
You're
fell down the
falling through the
hole.
hole of the bed.
This is just like Mallorca.
It really is. It's so fun.
It's so fun.
Thank you for coming on this podcast.
Thank you so much for having
I
me.
really appreciate you.
Anything to spend time with you
just
and
love
talk
you.
to you. I love you so much.
I love you so much. And you guys,
Guys,
we have to go to bed.
We've
We're
gotta go to
exhausted.
bed.
Okay, good night.
good night.
We love you.
Love you.
You're gonna figure it out in your dreams. Good night, Owen and Rachel.